The Cheaty Death Podcast is a satirical program containing objective information about anything and everything under the sun, a blunt, direct, and transformative and transparent look into the world. We are not political or religious, maybe a bit analytical. Take time and remember that you yourself are responsible for just how you see the world, but life can be beautiful. This is the Cheating Death Podcast. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, the illusion of balance, the very notion that everything can just be perfect if you just shift and mold and change things just a little bit, or the grand illusion that if we try hard enough, there will be no stress, that there will be no burdens anymore. Ooh, that is going to be a rather interesting endeavor for humanity to one day come to terms with. We also provide you with an all-new Annihilation Announcement, an all-new joke of the episode, brand new business spotlight, and dear listeners, we of course provide you with more action and jam-packed material within the confines of this program. And if you have any concerns, questions about the sun or the sky, by all means, let us know and ask why. By now you know what to do. Grab yourself a coffee, pick up your feet and put them on that table, and let us tell you how you can cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. Over the decades and the eras, we have worked collectively as a species to attempt to make life more efficient, easier, a little bit harder for others to replicate in the same way that we would want to be recognized for our feats in efficiency and evolving that of electrical communication. We do not take the time to look forward to the very destiny and to the very moments that we craft and that we move for ourselves. There is no time for any of us to really truly see exactly what it is that we are putting the effort in until it is far too close to the end for us to really appreciate the gravity and the time of the effort that we put in. We as a people have worked endlessly over the course of time in exchange for very little in the grand scheme of this existence, dear listener. Ask yourself how hard you work and how often you reward yourself for your work. How often do you go out and get yourself an iced coffee or a beverage of your choosing as a reward for working really, really hard on a scheduled task? When was the last time that you treated yourself to a dinner or to a meal that you felt was befitting of the labor, of the intensity, of the drive, of the focus that you put in? Do you see yourself just how difficult life can be? Why is it that we all continue to be so direct and so harsh within ourselves? It is not an easy thing to understand or identify, but given the nature of circumstances, we have to truly see exactly where the sun dwells at the end of the rainbow before we can truly see exactly what path to identify for ourselves. This has been your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tag und eine gute Nacht. Ist eine Reisende und eine Ausländer, deine Allesfresser, deine Cleric of Chaos. And today, we understand, we move, we learn, we change. But there is one thing about our species that still has yet to change the course of time, and that is the illusion, the perpetual repetition, and the insistence that one day, one of us, somewhere, sometime, somehow, will achieve perfect balance. How to achieve it will be written into the books and into the stones and into the walls of cliffs for centuries, millennia to come. But how is it achieved? How is it prescribed by those in whom have achieved it? Well, dear listener, we do not mean to be the bearer of bad news here, for that belongs to the harbingers of harrowing suffering. But we are direct and transparent in each and every single bit of information that we provide you. So we'll get right to the point in telling you there is no such thing as perfect balance. There is no such thing as anyone who is walking down the street with a perfectly weighed and measured scale of both emotional as well as physical obstacles and areas of opportunity in which can be used as an advantage or as a crutch in certain situations. Each and every single person has both emotional and physical baggage that they carry upon with them each day, the weight of which is all up to the individual in whom is impacted or afflicted by the particular issue. We need to note and understand as people that our time is a mere blip on the radar of time and existence. We in this vessel do not get another opportunity. As our souls return to the collective consciousness, we understand and realize that we were only here to learn, that we were only here in order to try our best to see exactly what can be done in the face of adversity, to see how we respond and or react to existential threats, and or those in whom we have the fortune of meeting along the way, whether it be a momentary meeting to which is never repeated, or one to where you are romantically, emotionally, and mentally intertwined, and to a degree to where that intertwinement is not only responsible for some of the most beautiful elements of existence, but also to where each of you can know exactly what is going on inside of each other's brains without speaking a single word, to where you are able to complete each other's sentences, know exactly what each other are feeling from thousands and thousands of kilometers away. These are the things that life gives us, instead of the illusion that balance is achievable. Art, taste, food, happiness. These things are subjective. What it takes to get someone there can differ from person to person. But one thing that does not differ from person to person is each and every single person's capability to do what they can to find a balance that works for them, while understanding that the second law of thermodynamics will always come into play. Entropy will always win. Disorder will always win. Chaos breaks the rules that bind. As such, no matter how many times you try to clean or organize, things will eventually fall into disarray. As such, with your mind and with your heart, these things are very important to focus on. They are very significant, deep, poignant, and imperative for you to truly understand the value of in order to truly get the best out of this existence. A lot of us are going to continue to suffer over the course of the next several decades. It is important to be able to hold on and understand that no matter what, there is no way that you can be taken down if you do not allow your mind to fall susceptible to the socioeconomic strife that surrounds you. Life is difficult. You must not fool yourself into thinking there is an easy way out. There are no easy one-track directions. Even for those with high levels of wealth, they have different levels of stress, different levels of concern, and different levels of understanding, identifying, habitualizing. We, as a species, can and will succeed in our endeavors. It is not a question of if, it is a question of when. Will we reach a type 1 on the Kardashev scale by the end of 2100? Highly doubtful. Can we be a bit kinder to ourselves? We absolutely can. Find that balance in your soul, dear listener. Ask yourself what it is that you are doing that makes you happy, and do that more. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. At the top of today's episode, we promised you a list of the top 5 90s dance songs of the program. Given how many lovely dance songs there are in the 90s, this is absolutely a list that will have many a sequel over the course of time. But for now, let us dive right in. Coming in at number 5, we have Southside by Moby. Coming in at number 4, we of course have ATC's Around the World. Coming in at number 3, we have Eiffel 65's Move Your Body. Coming in at number 2, we have The New Pollution by Beck. And coming in at number 1, we have Informer by Snow. What is your top 5? Email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Today's joke has been brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. Human departures are often a regular experience. Whenever we have finished our time grabbing a beverage or a food item with someone, we often say goodbye, or farewell, or see you later. What does a ghost say when departing? See you in the afterlife. Today's business spotlight is brought to you by CRDVC. Are you a corporation looking to increase your ROI, looking to retain more employees, plan some events, or a litany of other services? By all means, reach out to us at linktr.ee/Cleric of Chaos and inquire at the forms below. Dear listener, our first business comes to you by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We are talking, of course, about the W Burger Bar on 10 College Street in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the capital of Ontario. Dear listeners, one of the best places for you to go and grab yourself a lunch special of just $9.99. Grab yourself a burger with fries or onion rings or sweet potato fries. Choose between the lovely beef burger, chicken, boar, bison, and much more. Open every day between 11 a.m. and 2 a.m., happy hour between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., and home of the Raspberry Riptide and the Pink Pearl Fish Bowl. Head on down to 10 College Street, a W Burger Bar for your next meal. And of course, dear listeners, we are going to move right next door and tell you that once you are done at W Burger Bar and have gotten yourself a nice rest and you wake up upon the morning, it could be 3 or 4 a.m., it matters not. Grab yourself a steak and egg, lovely, delicious meal over at Fran's at 20 College Street in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There is not a time to where you will not be able to go to Fran's and have yourself a delicious meal that will soon give you an opportunity to taste and delight in the atmosphere of the old time. Coming in next, dear listeners, we have one of the most absolute legendary leviathans in California professional wrestling and in professional predator catching. We are, of course, talking about Douglas Mallow, otherwise known as the Epic in the California and American wrestling circuit. You can follow him at _the_epic at Instagram and follow him and subscribe to his YouTube channel. His work with scaling up catches where they professionally catch predators out of California, United States, is second to none. The opportunity to make the world a brighter place falls upon his doorstep, and he answers that call each and every single time. He is also one of the most widely revered professional wrestlers in California. Take a look at the man. You may recognize him from a few very significant events over the course of the past few years. And remember to follow his work at Scaling Up Catches. Follow just the Epic's YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram and all of his socials. Root him on as he wades through the wide sea of professional wrestlers who need to understand that their titles are in danger. And speaking of scaling up catches, of course, dear listeners, who would we be remiss to mention but the cohort, the partner in crime, so to speak, in catching these horrible people. Yes, we are talking about Scaling Up Catches lead Eric Konevsky, and you may follow him over on Instagram at Eric Konevsky _ is ERICKEFSKY. There is a litany of content that not only he provides, but also gives you an opportunity to truly see exactly what the scope of the work they do is. Follow the Scaling Up Catches locals for a very low price a month, where they have archived hours of boxing predators to ensure that the lessons stay within the minds for a little bit longer than just a standard interaction. Follow the Epic and follow Eric over on Instagram and all social media. Subscribe to Scaling Up Catches and be sure to stay tuned for new material. Dear listeners, are you looking for a laugh? Are you looking for an opportunity to truly see the bright side of things from a very beautiful artistic arena? By all means, dear listeners, please visit 84 Bloor Street West, Bloor and Ossington. This is Keys Comedy Club in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yes, head on over to Keys Comedy Club at Instagram and his website to not only purchase tickets, but also to review the hours and hours and hours of archived amazing comedians at your entertaining expense for you to delight and enjoy. And feel free to enjoy shows on any one of the days of the week, their most popular being on Friday nights when they set off one of the greatest pro shows in the entire city, and tickets are just starting at $9. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to Instagram and subscribe to his channel and his YouTube as well at Keys Comedy Club today. If you would like your business featured on the Business Spotlight, dear listener, email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. The illusion of balance, perfection, is just that, an illusion. We as a species are incapable of getting ourselves to a point to where we are able to shift and balance and maneuver and manipulate everything so perfectly that the scales do not drift apart from being level on either side. The judiciary of our existential governing body have determined that this is a cruel joke that we must eternally play upon ourselves until our inevitable extinction. These matters alone are unsettling enough when you take into account just how many billions of people over the course of time, intelligent, completely lacking in any sort of lack of desire or drive to achieve that perfection, to achieve that balance, to achieve that perfect guideline that they could use so their life becomes eternally blissful. Well, it is in these moments and times that we understand as a people that there is no answer to which we cannot provide ourselves to achieve this balance, this myth, this illusion. We say, just another few kilometers and we will be fine. Just a few less calories and we will be fine. Ooh, if we partake in this particular diet, everything will radically change for the better overnight. No, dear listener. These ideas and these notions of balance and being able to achieve harmony within one's mind, life, soul, and overall being are just that. They are illusions. They do not exist. They are manifestations and social constructions of which we spend an eternity of our very minute and very short time on this planet chasing. So what we must do is we must fight and move forward and figure out exactly how to achieve a balance that we are happy with. And thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast is brought to you by Nach dem Leben, CRDVC, Cleric or Chaos, and where you can find all podcasts on all platforms. If you would like to support the program, you may do so with the links in the episode's description or podcast description through either a one-time payment, the purchase of merch, a cameo, media, or much, much more. Please remember to follow all of our friends of the program at the links in the episodes and the podcast description as well. Dear listeners, if you or anyone you know is experiencing any psychiatric duress, substance abuse withdrawal, gambling addiction, or more, please contact one of the telephone numbers listed in the links in the podcast and episode's description as well. Follow each and every single one of our friends in the business spotlight as well as in the pinned profile posts on social media and in the links in the episodes and in the podcast description to all of our consultants, producers, and fine friends of the program. If you or anyone you know is looking to adopt a playful puppy or a cute kitten, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center. They could use your help, and a playful puppy and a cute kitten could make for many, many memories to come. And dear listener, your life is difficult as it is. There is absolutely nothing that we would not do to take away the suffering and the pain away from you and every single lovely soul who dwells upon this planet. However, we must march forward and we must make progress together, united as one, all within collective consciousness, working independently on our dreams and goals. You cannot be stopped. And remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.